With us now is Dr. Ya'ala Ra'anan, a Kisufim resident. Kisufim is a kibbutz located right along the Gaza border and a lecturer at the Superior College. Doctor, thank you so much for being with me. Clearly, there is a problem. Terrorists are launching rockets. Do you think that the government is doing anything productive or meaningful to put a stop to it?
Well, no. We suffer from the rockets, and we've been suffering for 10, 20 years now. And when there are times of quiet, that is the time in which I am hoping that our government will do something to talk to Hamas, to bring about more some type of negotiations to stop the violence on my border. And that doesn't happen. We've had now, because of the coronavirus, over a year in which no rockets were thrown on our country, or barely any rockets were thrown onto us. And despite this, our government did nothing. And now that the rockets are being thrown, they're saying, and I think truthfully so, that is not the time for talking. But when it is time for talking, they're doing nothing. And also, if I may, I?
Go ahead.
You didn't mention that I'm also a member of the movement called Women Wage Peace. And why is it important? Because my movement called Women Wage Peace decided a while ago, while it was quiet, as opposed to our government, which only waits for the time in which the rockets are being thrown, decided a while ago that this is the time to make sure that our government does everything possible so that this will stop. We'll stop having this violence towards us. We'll stop having to wake up at night and protecting our children from this extreme danger.
On that end, if I could ask, Doctor, can you tell me more about what's happening this week, the civilian cabinet that you're putting together? Hopefully there's more productive dialogue and less outright shouting and screaming at each other than in the real cabinet. But what is the point of this, and what do you hope to achieve?
We hope to achieve two goals. One is to create a platform in which all of us along the Gaza border, there's all sorts of communities here. I belong to a kibbutz. We have also moshavim. We also have 3 large young communities of the people that were evacuated out of Gush Katif. We have development towns, Sderot, Netivot, Ofakim, and we're hoping to be able to create some of clear message to our government. That is the one side of it. The other side of it is a promise to work every single day inside as a lobby towards our Knesset and our government, so that they will not forget us during the times that we're not being, during the times the rockets are not being thrown at us. So the promise is to continue and do the work, the lobby work needed, so when the time comes, we can talk. We will talk. We'll turn over every stone possible.
How much dialogue do you think is responsible with Hamas? And in some ways, many analysts say there is dialogue. Israel lets tens of millions of dollars go to Hamas through the crossing. It's through Qatari businessmen. Israel lets it happen. That's a form of dialogue. There is dialogue, but the rocket attacks still happen.
It's not enough. I mean, when do they talk about this Qatari money? Is when they start throwing rockets at us, because they didn't talk about the Qatari money. When many years ago, Sheikh Yassin suggested 30 years of hudna, 30 years of no violence. And he sent that suggestion to our government, and our government didn't respond. So there is very little being done. And I demand of my government, do everything possible. If everything possible is being done and trying to talk through Egypt, talk through wherever you want, as long as you talk. And when you talk and you try and make my life better, and it's our life every day, it's Tel Aviv when there's wars, but make our lives reasonable. You have a responsibility towards us on the border as well. And the responsibility isn't only building the mamad, the fortified room. It's a lot more than that. And this is what Women Wage Peace are promising to do from now on.
Dr. Ra'anan, thank you so much for being with us and giving us your thoughts from Kisufim. Great to have you on the show.